If you're one of the few players who is excited about the Outlaws at Thunder Junction, this is not likely going to be a video you're going to enjoy watching, because in this video, guys, I'm going to tell you everything that's going wrong with this set, what they should have done to improve it, and how Wizards of the Coast better step up their game before it's too late. Wizards of the Coast took a good idea like Thunder Junction and has wasted it in its execution as a product, which is why I'm warning players against buying it. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on my channel today. A reminder before we get today's video started that if you want to see more of my mug, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, as I have new videos every single day. So why would I be so upset about Thunder Junction without even seeing what the product is? How can you, Moxman, determine what something is going to be before we've seen all the spoilers and the story laid out? Well, we've seen enough already to really get an idea of what's going on. We can have a blueprint laid out on the overall story arc, as well as the cards, concepts, and the mechanics, just from the few spoilers we have seen. And when you lay this all out and then add in all the negatives that are holding this set back, you can see why it's already going to fail. Just wait till the end of the video. So first, let's start off. This is one of the new sets under the Play Booster banner. That's right, the banner that says 36 packs will cost you more money. Pay up. Open your wallet. This is like a heist at Thunder Junction because they're taking more money from us. It doesn't matter if they're giving us more packs instead of 30 to 36 versus set and versus the new Play Booster. It still overall costs more money to buy a box and draft with your friends. It costs more to go to a pre-release to enjoy this game, and it costs the local LGS more money and more risk to get this product into the store. And we have the blueprint of what just happened at Murders at Karlov Manor, and honestly, we can expect a lot of the same because of how they're doing the product. Let's take a look at things here. Play booster boxes, collector boxes, bundle packs, they're all costing more. That's a negative. Then we've gone ahead and we see players already have a skewed vision of what they expect products to be lately from Wizards. That counts as a negative. You go ahead though and you add in epic story characters from the multiverse, risking everything to go to the Thunder Junction to get rich. This is where the stories don't make sense. This is where the lore does not back up what we want to see in a Magic the Gathering universe product. Do I really, am I going to feel some nostalgic attachment to this amazing world of Thunder Junction? All these Omnath points grouping together, all these villainous characters going on a raid? Of course not. Why would I? Why would a planeswalker like Oko from Eldraine end up here? When you look at the old planeswalkers like Sorin Markov, like Ugin, who used to have to stop world-ending entities like the Eldrazi, trap them inside the multiverse on Zendikar, and now we get a heist with a highway robbery theme and a wayward father and yada yada. Okay, wait, we had Urza, who ended the Phyrexian multiverse threat, defended Dominaria again. We had planeswalkers sacrifice their lives to keep the multiverse together. Feroz's band, we had all these crazy things. Sarah the planeswalker, and now we get a heist. Do you see where it's fallen off the rail? You've taken epic, amazing potential of planeswalkers, us, and turned us into a novella story. How can that be a gripping, enticing product line? How can that bring you forward? And no, I'm not talking about all the cards yet. I'm not talking about the mechanics of the game, which have their own problems. Not the artwork though. I'll tell you right now, the artwork I have seen, it's getting an A+. I'm going to pass it entirely, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes here. But let's jump back here to the actual story. The idea of what they are giving us. We are humans who play a game called Magic the Gathering. As a human, we get fond attachments to things we enjoy. We get a nostalgic appeal when we look back and think about things in the past that had a good, feel-good, cherry, warm feeling. Products lately from Wizards of the Coast do not engender that to me. They do not make me feel happy and go lucky. Now, They have in the past. And even the Lost Caverns of Ixalan did a pretty good job, because there's a difference with the Lost Caverns of Ixalan and, of course, what we've seen with Thunder Junction, because the Lost Caverns didn't have a whole bunch of these mainstream, big, huge story arc characters. They're nobodies. Small world problems. Stuck on their world. Dealing with some little adventure. That makes sense. If you had given me a whole bunch of nobodies and built out their character arcs from Thunder Junction and then joining the rest of the multiverse, that would have made a lot of sense to me. Or a lot of minor villains trying to get together to become something bigger would make more sense. Going after this untold riches, why does a planeswalker care about getting rich? They can, like, change the face of planets. Even after the mending, they're supposed to be incredibly powerful things, and we don't have that here. So you're lacking that appeal to players to want to go to this world and remember this world in the future. The idea that I'm going to want to go back here in 5 years to Thunder Junction because something crazy happened on some heist does not really appeal to me, like War of the Spark. Even Phyrexia All Will Be One had more than this. Although they did the Phyrexian dirty at the end, the idea of the story actually played out very well. But I can't imagine the Phyrexians invading every single multiverse planet all at once. That made no sense. You'd overrun one planet at a time and spread like a virus. But beyond the point. Beyond the point. Get me off topic. Get me all riled up. The Thunder Junction idea is actually an excellent idea. And the wasted execution of the idea by doing what they've done with the characters really leaves something to be desired. Again, if they'd given us minor characters on this new kind of plane of existence or some kind of junction point, right? A whole bunch of meeting points that have formed a mini multiverse planet. That is kind of cool to me. The idea and concept, though, and only the concept and idea, because I don't think they're going to do a good job fleshing out a story from this. They're not going to give me a good kind of building of a tale that I'm going to remember fondly going forward. That, with the prices, the singles, and the card mechanics, leave a lot to be desired. Now, the thing I want to mention, though, as well, when we go look at these cards, when you look at Oko, he's kind of framed as his kind of original card in some ways. Yeah, he costs a little bit more than the original Oko Crown of Thorns, wherever the guy was. The guy who got banned all the time. His first power, though, copying a creature on the battlefield except for he has hexproof each turn, that's kind of cool. I like the idea, no problem. His thing of, like, drawing a card, though. Okay, draw 2 cards if you've committed a crime. So this card is going to be directly linked only to Thunder Junction. The chance of using this mechanically over the next few years is not going to work. So he's not going to see play outside of Standard. So that's a waste. A waste of a card right there. I don't care about the 3/3 Beast. The -5 is kind of cool. But the thing to give him a lot of pluses you can't utilize unless you give us tons of these commit a crime type cards to use them into some other format. So really, he's going to be a wasted card. He's going to be a $3-4 card. He'll be played in Standard for a bit if they can really get some stuff going, but he's not much to go off of, okay? Now, when we take a look at the next card, the Tiny Bones Pip Pocket. I love the idea of him. It's a cute little type of card. Skeleton Rogue is kind of interesting, so it's good to see skeletons come back to the game. The artwork on all these cards, the mechanic here about, the fact he has Death Touch, and if he deals combat damage, you can cast cards from that target opponent's graveyard. That's kind of cool. It means he has a lot of versatility and a lot of different eternal formats. That I can appreciate. Even the look of him, I don't mind it. He does look like an undead kind of cowboy. I'm not sure I would have gone that route because it kind of makes it a little more linear, but the idea is still okay. It doesn't play on me. And the artwork, excellent. I gotta give it to him on the artwork stuff, man. Like, these cards look beautiful. Now, these wanted poster cards, and they did the one for Tiny Bones and of course Oko, these are exceptional. I'm still not big on the actual cards themselves. I don't like the way they put the story together. But I'm not going to be picking on the artwork in this sense. It's beautiful. I don't care about these. Same thing at Murders at Karlov Manor. They had all these clunky mechanics that didn't really work out the way we wanted them to. They didn't play out well. And that means those cards are going to have less playability later on. It's going to be a forgotten set. That's what's going to happen at Karlov Manor. It's going to be a forgotten set. This is going the same route because they're not choosing a universal mechanic that's been fleshed out enough and can be utilized in multiple sets. They've kind of tied it in to a one-off set, right? It's like, oh, we're here on Thunder Junction. We've got Commit a Crime, but it's only going to be here. We're not going to see it all kinds of other places because it doesn't really fit with Ravnica. It doesn't fit with Dominaria, commit a crime, unless they're starting to broaden the stuff out. And again, even the way they've done the story, it feels a little too bit lighthearted. It doesn't feel serious enough. And as Magic players are getting older, I think we deserve a kind of grown-up world like we used to have on Innistrad as a really scary, horrific world before they gave us Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow. Before that, people had very good, fond memories of those worlds, and now we don't. But for something like Thunder Junction to really have been a hit, and really it's going to have to pop off with players, is they had to either give us a really good story. They don't need to give us power creep, but they have to give us mechanically inclined cards that are designed to fit in multiple formats as well as standard. This is something they should have been thinking about before they even put the sets together. How is this going to interact with the myriad of formats for Magic the Gathering? Which cards are we expected to go A, B, C, and D, and which ones are going to be chaff at the end that we don't expect people to play with? I don't think any of this was fleshed out when this set was put together. I think, like the Murders at Karlov Manor, somebody in the ivory tower of Wizards of the Coast sat there and they said, "Who's got an idea? Rick! Rick, you've raised your hand. Yeah, over here. Let's do like a Wild West theme, like Westworld, because that's kind of cool. It's really going off well with people. The demographic seems to like that stuff. Okay, let's go with that. That's a good idea, Rick." And that's about as far as it went. Then they gave a couple of minor story writer people who think they knew what they're doing. They put that together. Maybe they wrote a few articles for some Magic magazine. They put those people together, writing out a story. And I don't think anything else happened after that. R&D department had some ideas, and they kind of cobbled a set together. It doesn't feel the way I'm feeling when I look at Bloomborough. It looks well put together. The story, the images I'm seeing look so much better. Okay? It just shows the difference between what you should be doing and what you did. And the failed attempt that this set is going to be, and this is just my opinion, but I think a lot of you are going to share this opinion the closer we get to release, the more we see spoilers. And I'll cover them all because it's still great cards to play with for the most part, but the idea that they are going to broaden out the multiverse and start exploring more worlds is vitally important to bringing more character arcs and more stories into this multiverse. Wizards of the Coast doesn't truly understand what they have. They're using it as a cash cow, but they could take this in the route of comic books and epic story ending things that go on for generations if they play it smart, and I don't think they can think that far ahead. I think they're stuck on the path of we need money now. They're not thinking about money 100 years from now. And planning for the future is far more important than short-sighted goals where you're meeting out everything because of your personal needs. It's kind of a shame. Anyway, thanks a lot for hanging out, guys. Thanks for being here on the channel tonight. And you know what? I think we're in for a bit of a surprise with Bloomborough. I think a lot of people are starting to recognize the specialness that that's probably going to be. It could always still fail, but we all have that feeling. I know you guys do. Whereas I'm not getting that from this set at Thunder Junction, but I'm still going to go to that pre-release. I'm still going to see what they're going to do with this set. And you know what? I hope it proves me wrong. I hope there's more to this set than I'm seeing right now, and I'm hoping it really is differentiated from what we saw with Murders at Karlov Manor as a set, not the cards inside, because the cards are not that bad. Okay, I know a lot of people don't like them. I think they're pretty cool to play with. I just feel that the story arc just killed it for players. Give us a better story, explore new worlds, put some effort in, and you know what? You're going to see the results, Wizards. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for being here today on the channel. Make sure you drop some comments in the comments section. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this set after taking a look at all the cards, the price point, and everything we've talked about today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome one. Guys, to my amazing patrons out there, thanks again for supporting this channel, supporting the daily uploaded content, and that's made possible because of the patrons we have supporting this channel each and every day. Thanks again for being there. You guys are amazing people, and of course, there are some Patreon slots open. Feel free to grab one and join the channel. Okay, you made it to the end. I got the coffee. We're all set. It's gonna flop bad. I can tell. I don't know how to describe the feeling I'm getting. A wasted idea that should have been so much more. And it's just not. Now, they could surprise me with an epic story. I just don't think we're going to see it. So, because I have no hope, it feels kind of downtrodden, and Bloomberg looks so much better now that I'm just kind of like looking down the line, and I'm bypassing entire stations of products because I'm looking down there. I can't help myself. I wonder what you guys think, though. Drop some comments, guys. Let me know. And of course, you're going to put Necronomicon in the comments section, because then I know that you're with me. Guys, have a great day, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow.